Good afternoon, staff and students. I'm Hondro,
And I'm Teo, and
and
this is your Raider Report.
The next HOSA meeting is tomorrow during Raider time and during Wellness. HOSA will be making and decorating posters for the homecoming parade.
Raiders, the PSAT and the NMSQT are coming up. Freshmen and juniors, make sure to register for your PSAT online. The deadline is October 5th. All payments are made out to PSAT Total Registration.
Seniors, it's time to complete your senior checklist. Schedule your photos with Lily McGregor Photography. LMP has extended the senior portrait deadline to October 15th to be featured in the yearbook. Visit the senior page on It's Learning for the NFHS.yearbook Instagram for links to your senior quote and activity forms. These are due at the beginning of October. Purchase your yearbook and senior ad at the lowest price this month. Visit yearbookordercenter.com and input job number 15157 to secure your ad and book. The senior ad deadline is October 10th.
Are you involved with a North Club, sport, wellness, or community? Commemorate your memories, silly photos, inside jokes, or emotional moments with special yearbookgram. Ask Miss Huffman for a yearbook. Staff members for details on how to order. Deadline is October 10th.
Homecoming is almost here. The week of October 3rd will be Spirit Week. Monday will be Tacky Taurus. Tuesday, Decades Day. Wednesday, Camo Day. Thursday, Class Colors. And Friday will be a pink out. Make sure to show your Raider spirit.
Did you know NFHS has a podcast? Raidercast is the official podcast of North Forsyth. The podcast is produced by students for students. The first episode is out now, wherever you can get podcasts.
Science Ambassadors will have their next meeting on October 11th, room 295 at 3:45. Science Ambassadors is a club that hosts STEM meetings or nights at our local elementary school to teach kids about science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Food, transportation, and a t-shirt will be provided the night of the event. It's not too late to join, and they would love to have you. Please see Mrs. Stevens in room 295 with any questions.
DECA will have their next chapter meeting on Wednesday, October 14th, during Wellness in the Cafe Commons. Make sure to sign up in Flex Time Manager. That's all for your Raider Report. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful Wednesday.
We'll leave you today with the personality profile on Mrs. Aponte.
Well, I've been here at North Forsyth High School since 2007, and before that I was in New York for 7 years teaching Spanish. We came here for my husband's job, and fortunately enough, I was landed here in this place.
Prior to her years of teaching Spanish, she had other ideas in mind.
I went to school for Spanish, was my major, with elementary education as my secondary certification. So I was not ever really planning to teach Spanish. I was supposed to be an elementary school teacher.
Afterwards, she went into a bit more depth about her history of the language.
I began studying Spanish in high school, like most of our students here. I did Spanish 1, 2, and 3. And then as a senior, I left school to go do work-study programs, very similar to what we have available here in Forsyth County. And then when I went to college, I decided I wanted to major in Spanish because it was the one thing in high school I was really good at.
Lastly, she tells us what knowing another language has done for her life and what it could do for yours.
I think it's very enriching. The importance, I think, depends on the individual. And there are lots of different ways of learning a language. It doesn't necessarily have to be the traditional sense where you're sitting in a classroom with a bilingual teacher. You can travel, you can learn computer languages, and really, arguably, things like art and language and dancing, things like that are also languages. It basically changed my life. It provided me with opportunities that I would never have had otherwise. There are study abroad opportunities in English as well, but the ability to go and experience a completely different culture from my own really opened my eyes and gave me a more circumspect attitude towards my own culture. That was one thing. And then, of course, I was able to meet and fall in love with my husband, whose family all speaks Spanish, and to be able to relate to them in a more authentic way by speaking their heart language has been very profound for me. Well, I definitely think that learning a second or a third or any kind of language is just going to enrich your possibilities for self-expression. And communication is so important. It's so much a part of who we are and our ability to connect to other people. And anything that you can do that enables you to connect with others is only going to serve as a richness for your life. you.